Hey socialites, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Ariel. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. In today's video, we're going to be trying quite a few new makeup products. But before we jump into it, we are on day 20 of Vlogmas. Girl, the month is about done. Can y'all believe we're 5 days away from Christmas? I can't. The year literally just flew by. So let's unlock day 20 in our Revolve Beauty Advent Calendar. So we have 20 right at the top. Okay, we have a Tarte product, a mascara, the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. So let me know if any of you have tried this mascara before. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the giveaway. For those who aren't familiar, I do a big giveaway every year during the same time to 2 socialites. So I do a video called Ariel's Favorite Things at the end of the year, and I pick 2 socialites to gift away a lot of my favorite products. And I basically go on engagement. So I would comment on every video during Vlogmas. To win, you do have to follow me on Instagram, number 1, because that's how we'll be communicating. And you do have to be a US resident. So for my foundation cocktail today, what I'm wearing is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. Now, this is like a prep product that you can put on before you put on your foundation. You can mix it with your foundation. You can put it on top of your foundation. It gives a beautiful glow. I did apply a lot more than I normally do, and I'm loving it. I see so much more of the glow. I actually really like it. And on top of it, I put the Sephora Reveal the Real skin tint, which is one of my favorite complexion products that I found in 2024. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. LYS did recently gift me their cream blush trio. So these 3 colors come together. I'll swatch them all in case you guys aren't familiar. So this is the bottom shade here, which is called Elite. The middle shade is called Bubbly, and the top shade is called Focused. So I'm gonna try out 2 just because I wanna see how they look on, and I only have 2 cheeks, girl. So Elite to this side. There's a bit of a radiance to it, as you can see, even though the Lumi Glotion has a little radiance, but this still has a bit of a sheen to it. And then on this side, let's do Bubbly. I'm going to use my BK Beauty 109 brush. And on the opposite side, I'm going to use my Sephora Collection number 47 brush, which is somewhat similar. This one is just not quite as soft as the BK Beauty brush, but they are shaped really similar. And I'm noticing that the Sephora Collection brush isn't as sturdy either. See like how bendy it is? There's a little bit more sturdiness and grip to the BK Beauty one. Bubbly definitely gives more of a pop of a pink, and Elite on my skin tone gives a little bit more subtle, but I do like both. To highlight, the concealer I'm going to use is actually from my December makeup tray, and I hadn't used it yet. This is the Stay Naked Quickie Concealer from Urban Decay in the shade 50W0, and anything that I hadn't given you the shade of will be listed in the description box. So be sure to check that out. This stuff dries so instantly that I find it best to go ahead and blend one eye at a time. And to blend, I'm going to be using the new BK Beauty 114 brush, which is a duo-sided brush. It's already started to dry, y'all. This stuff dries so quick. It's extremely full coverage as well. So for those girlies that like a really full coverage concealer, or if you have really dark circles under eye and don't really like to use a color corrector, because everybody doesn't like to use color correctors, believe it or not. And if you have a concealer that's full enough coverage, you can definitely get away with not using one. I am dragging the concealer all the way out and slightly up. That way it gives me a more lifted appearance. You see how this side of my face looks a little bit more lifted than this side? So had y'all started watching Silo? the new season of Silo. I was obsessed last season and I was so looking forward to this season, but y'all, I don't like it as much as last season. You remember how last season when an episode came out on Friday, you were like, baby, where's my popcorn? Now it's like, I'll get to it on Sunday. I feel like maybe it's not as exciting just with what's left over on the brush. It's really nothing much on here. I'm going to put it right here because I have a natural highlight going on there. I didn't put any concealer up there, but I did do a cream contour. So there's a natural highlight sort of lingering up there. I'm not disappointed in this season, but I'm just not as excited about it as last season and as I thought I was gonna be. But what do y'all think about this season? So let's touch up the blush just slightly because some of that concealer kind of took over. I had never tried LYS's cream blushes, by the way, but they blend out just as good, if not easier, than their the cream bronzing stick. Which side of blush do you guys like better? Another product from this month's makeup tray, which is my One Size powder. This is like my favorite powder, loose powder that is, in the shade Ultra Pink. So you do open this up to get the product in there. And because this BK Beauty brush is duo-sided, I'm going to use the other side, which is this side that's made for powder. This side is made for like liquid or cream, and this side is for powder. So perfect for concealer, something where you have to apply liquid and then turn around and apply a powder product to set. And this is in the new BK Beauty Trio, which I'm loving, by the way. Chin down, eyes straight. Little bit here. Okay, so what I'm most excited to test out is the new Sephora collection palette. Now, I did a video using the other palette that had like the shimmers. I think it had an orange in it, but this is the one that has those pretty blues. It's so many shades in this palette that I want to try out today, but I've got to get my hands in the blue. Like, I have to. Most excited for these blues. So let me go ahead and clean my brows up using Sculpt Underneath with my Sephora Best Skin Ever. It's in the shade 35. It works as like a good base also to clean up my brows. I like how subtle the shade is. I'm using the Angie Hot and Flashy A505 brush from BK Beauty. And I'm going to blend that in with the A506 brush from the Angie Hot and Flashy set from BK Beauty. Taking just a little bit of the One Size powder to set my lids. If you have any issues with eyeshadow creasing or anything like that, this will help. And it helps your shadows to blend a little bit more smoothly because powder blends best on top of powder. So let's try out this brown color in the crease. I'm going to use it as my transition shade. I did get a question asking me what's a transition shade. What's a transition shade? What's the purpose of it? Is to transition whatever color you have on your lid to fade out into the brow bone area. If you use like a gold here or any type of bold color, even if you use a neutral color, it looks more seamless if it sort of fades out. And a way for that to sort of fade out effortlessly and give you more of that smooth blown out look where you go from like dark or light dark in the crease to sort of fading out is to have this transition shade up here. It's usually a softer shade. It does need to correspond with your skin tone. So if you're like really deep dark skin tone, like much darker than me, this shade may not show up on you. You may need something with like an orangey undertone or something like that, if you get what I mean, or a deeper brown even. Sometimes people's transition shades sort of correspond with their eyeshadow look. Like if they're doing a pink look or a blue look, they may use a softer shade of blue to sort of blend here to sort of fade it out. Going in with this beautiful shade of blue here, it's like an aqua shade. I'm gonna use my finger because with these type of shadows, it usually shows up more boldly with the finger. Look at that. And I am going a little bit above the crease because I have small little lids right here. And this is gonna help it look like I have a little bit more lid space, and you'll be able to see a little bit more of that beautiful blue. Isn't that beautiful? So let's try out a little bit of this blue shade, which has a little bit of a sheen to it as well. So that's what that shade looks like. And because there's a little small space where I can fit it, I don't want to chance using my finger, y'all. So I'm going to go in with a small brush. I'm going to use this small shader brush, which is the Nikki LaRose N12. So this is sort of like an icy blue, like a little bit more on the white spectrum than the blue with that shade, which I didn't expect. I thought it was going to show up more blue, but it's a little bit more white with a hint of blue. So now I'm going to take that bold cobalt blue in the top corner, and I'm going to use this to sort of blend in the outer third of my eye area. This is a sort of tapered blending eyeshadow brush. It's an old MAC brush. Now this blue does have a little bit of fallout. I don't know if you guys can see it right there, so you want to be really careful. And as I'm dipping it into the product, this sort of kickback is in the pan a little bit. Tap off a lot of the excess as much as you can before you start blending. Another tip for those bold colors that may have fallout is to pack it on instead of wiping it on. If you pack it on, that can sort of help with that as well. And sometimes if you have a stickier base. So with colors like this, it really helps you to understand the importance of a transition shade, because when you have bold colors that just sort of stop right there, it can be a little challenging to blend them out. And that's where the transition shade comes in at, because it sort of helps you get that seamless fading without having to disturb those bold colors as much. So using that same Nikki LaRose A12 brush, I'm going to go back into the original blue that's in the middle and just sort of touch that up, bring it up a little higher, and work it slightly into the darker blue. That way it gives us a little bit more of a faded and seamless look instead of just like one color, one color. We want them to kind of fade. So back into that brown transition shade and a fluffy brush. This is the A14 from Makeup by Ariel. And I'm just gonna softly blend over the edges of those blues. So I'm gonna switch brushes because that was a little too fluffy. I really needed to sort of touch those edges a little bit more precisely. So I'm gonna use this MAC 217 blending brush. And I wanna use this because it's sort of tapered on the end, and I can sort of hug the edges a little closer. And I'm just going over the line of the blues just on the edges. And see how that gives it more of like a seamless faded look. Going back in with that first MAC brush just to sort of drag the darkest blue out slightly, because I do want the look to be a little bit more lifted. This is the LA Girls Ultimate Eye Intense Liner. A Japanese smudger brush. This brush came from like TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Yeah, I actually like how that looks. So for the bottom liner, I'm gonna use Waterfall from Sephora collection. This is one of their 12-hour pencils. It's in the waterline, but I did let it slightly touch the skin. That way it'll be a little easier for me to smudge. And I'm gonna use that same cobalt blue with the same Japanese smudge brush at the bottom. And I'm gonna take this like halfways, not all the way in, just about halfways, and drag it up. I always like the second eye so much more than the first. I do want to darken up the brows just a little bit because they're giving a little brassy to me. I did lighten them earlier today. I'm using the LYS brow pencil in the color Soft Black. And I'm going to use a really light hand because I don't want it to be super dark, but just a little bit deeper than what it is now. This is honestly one of those looks that you want to apply the eyeshadow look first and then do foundation after, because the fallout like this right here can be like, you almost have to just remove the product and start over to be honest, because that blue is really staining. So you can add a little bit of excess powder underneath. That way if it falls out down underneath the eye, you can just wipe the powder away when you're done. Taking my Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. This one is in the shade Mahogany. This is actually what I'm going to use to set all over. A big fluffy brush. I got this off Amazon. There's really no name. I'm going over the blush because I don't want a lot of that sheen and a lot of that pink. This is going to tone it down a little bit because the eyes are so bold. I showed you guys yesterday, Pkwy has this set. I think it's called the Midnight Duo with the silver glittery lip oil and a gold glittery lip oil. So that's the silver and that's the gold. Let's try the silver first. I can actually see the silver glitter flecks in here. I don't know if it's coming up for you guys with this studio lighting, but in the mirror I can see the reflex clearly. I do have a new lip pencil. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills called Cool Brown, which is very similar to Cork from MAC. For lipstick, I'm going to use 2020 from Juvia's Place. Add a little mascara. This is my Fenty Hella Thick. Adding the Pkwy glittery lip oil on top. Charlotte Tilbury spray. I kind of like the look matte versus with the gloss. What do you guys think? But this is the final look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars.